Hello, hello. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. But I did. I don't even do a good English accent. Well, maybe I do, but I don't think that was it. Okay. Well, it was an okayish day yesterday. Not the greatest. It started off strong, but then just sort of petered out as the day went on. Did about 300, which is by no measure a bad day. So, mostly postcards going out. So let's take a look at those. It's going to be a pretty quick show because it's mostly postcards. So, all right. First up, let's get this big. It's better big. Come on. There we go. There you can see me dox all my customers' information too. There we go. Linen postcard, the first turn at the Narragansett racetrack. Could have used the good old Popeye term, race action, but I didn't. Still sold for $3.55. Man, that real photo postcards of courthouses from 3 years ago still paying off. Full asking price $32.26 for Cache County Courthouse in Logan, Utah. And this is an accurate representation of the image. Like, it's fuzzy. Still got $32.26. We've got a hand-colored Albert type, and actually it's a beautifully colored Albert type. This came from the Big Buy. Fair Oaks Mansion in Somerville. There was actually a bunch of hand-colored Somerville Albert types. $14.95 on this one. St. Paul Episcopal Church in Virginia City, Nevada for $2.66. Write home to your parents about that one. Entrance to the Edgewater Beach Hotel, Chicago, Illinois. White border. Used but unposted. $2.95. Here we got Main Street view from 4th Street in Olympia, Washington. Nice sepia card. $4.96. This is cool. All right, so these at the rummage sale I worked this year, there was a bundle of ephemera, like a box of ephemera that was mostly Life magazines and some other magazines. I bundled up the magazines, listed those, but also in there was, like, stuffed in one of the magazines was a ton of like scrapbooking stuff. And there was 2 bundles of comics that were taken out of Good Housekeeping. These were already cut out. I did trim them in my good old paper cutter here. But they're all Disney, Donald Duck, and these are like early Disney cartoons in Good Housekeeping. There was a whole bunch of them, and they're super duper cool. There's another series as well in there from a different cartoon artist that I also bundled up. I considered listing these individually, but honestly, the money here was in bundling. $25. I think they got 10% off that. Here we have Hotel Vendome in San Jose, California. Scan on this is a little dark. It actually is a little bit brighter than this. $3.55. I think the customer's going to be happy. The card looks better than it does in the image. Here we have a real photo, EAS. Probably could have. Oh, I did use it in the thing. EAS makes some beautiful real photo cards. You can see the little heart with the EAS down on the bottom. I believe it's French. I might be wrong on that. Trademark. Oh no, this is EC London New York. Okay, so there you go. Walpi Hopi Indian Pueblo, Northern Arizona, sold for $446. And last but not least, a stereo view of Pennsylvania Avenue towards the Capitol building when Pennsylvania Avenue was still a dirt street. That's kind of cool. $15. There you have it. How do you get your picks to eBay? Fart Sack Jack. Here, I will tell you. It's very easy. I think I have the Epson scan thing on my computer, maybe. I do. Do I have to actually plug it in? I think I have to plug it in to show you. Let me get this stuff shipped. Remind me before I end the show, and I will do a very quick and easy demo for you. Basically, what you want to do is, I can show you the first part. Pretty easy. All right, we're going to go into infinity and beyond. All right, so the first part you want to do is go to your desktop, right-click, and go New Folder. And you're going to want to name that folder something like December Scans. And then you want to open that folder, because you don't want everything to go into the same batch or into the same folder, because it will take forever for you to find those scans. So in this folder, I want you to do the same thing all over again, and then go New Folder, and then go Batch. We'll do this now. I'll go grab my Batch 1. All right. So we got that part done. All right. Then we are going to need our good old trusty power cord we learned about yesterday, or not power cord, but USB cord. Do I even have a USB port to fit this in? That might be our weak spot on this. Man, all my USB ports are currently taken. It looks like. Do I have one more? All right, which one can be sacrificed for a moment? Hey. Okay, that's our microphone. I want to disconnect that. of these speakers. We can disconnect those. Am I still here? Can you still hear me? Damn it, Jack. All right. So the first thing, I'm going to go back and do it again. So the first thing you do, go to your desktop, right-click, click New, click Folder, make yourself a folder, and name it something like December Scans or whatever you want. I'm not the boss. You name it what you want. And then when you open that folder and you do the same thing over again and you create a subfolder. I named this folder Batch 1. All right. Now that I've gone through all that, get my scanner plugged in. All right, we're plugged in. So then we're going to go to your Epson scan folder. Epson Scan 2 is the name of it. And you open that. Blah, 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 whatever. Okay. So then you're going to have to, hopefully you can see this. Can you see this fart sack, Jack? Can you see this? The Epson Scan 2, can you read it? I'm going to change this here so I can see just this. There we go. It's changed. Can you see that? Are you able to see that? If you want, I'll read it from the top. Take notes. Reading from the top. Settings. Document source. ADF. Scanning side. Double-sided. Document size. Auto detect. Image type. Color. Resolution. 600. You can do lower resolution or higher resolution depending on how good of a picture you want. Stitch images. Off. Rotate. 0%. Correct document skew. You want paper skew. Do not do contents or paper and content skew. That'll fuck you over. Skip blank pages. Off. Detect double feed. That should actually be off for. You don't want it to detect double feed. That'll stall your printer. If you get a double feed, you'll notice it later, and you can always rescan. Image format, JPEG. File name. You can change settings. I just use whatever file names it comes up with. And then folder. This is the part where it gets difficult. You have to go to select, and it'll pop up all your folders. But look, there's that December scans folder. I'll click on that, and look, there's batch 1. Now we've got a destination. Let's scan some postcards, shall we? What do we got here? I'm not going to actually, these are not ones I would ever list, but we'll scan them. Might as well. since we're demoing the whole shebang here. Scan. If you have lower resolution, it will go quicker. Well, Jack, you can go back and watch this later. I'm not doing it again. All right, now we've got our scans. If you look here, look, we're in batch 1. Here's all our scans. What I'll usually do here is before I scan them, I usually orient them correctly. And the way you want to orient them when you're scanning is you want to put them in the tray, face down, okay? And you want stamp boxes to be facing down, right? So here's your scanner. Face down, stamp box down. And that will orient all of your cards. That one's wrong. That will orient them so you don't have to go and rotate them later. Okay. Got it? Easy. All right. So, however, there will always be ones where it's printed wrong or whatever. So what I do in those cases is my next step is to go back and I will control and I'll look for any of these that are oriented the wrong way, which is most. Click right, rotate right, right click again, rotate right again. We're all oriented. Do them in batches, saves you time. Okay, easy. Then go to here's the money shot. How you get your crap on eBay. How do you get the images? How do you get them on eBay? Well, it's easy. We're gonna go ahead and we'll just sell similar from there. Here's my already started listing. Sorry about that. We're going to get off of there. Here's our already started listing. And we're going to go upload photos. And then we're going to tell our computer where we're going to get those photos. And we're going to go back here to our good old trusty December scans folder in batch 1. And then we're going to go ahead and select our images that we want, front and back. Because I scanned all wonky, this is how it's happening. Blah, blah, blah. That one I didn't rotate, so we'll fix that. You can do 2 at once. Pretty easy. Look at that. Image 1, image 2. Just hit Control and your other image. You don't have to wait for 2. Super secret easy thing to do is sometimes you can do this. Upload photos. Let's just go ahead and do this. We'll upload all of them. Click Shift. Oh my God, it's all of my photos, right? And then we can just go save it for later. And then we come down here and we click Resume Draft, or click next to the draft. We're going to create some copies. 8 copies, copy photos, okay. Oh my God, now we have 8 drafts with all of our photos. Now we can just right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, right click. And then what do you know? We've got, just delete the ones you don't need. This is a lot quicker than just doing them one at a time. I promise you. Oops. Now, through the magic of copying your drafts, we have, stop doing that. Eight drafts ready to go. All I got to do is fill out the titles, descriptions, etc. Now, this is easiest if, say, you have 20 postcards of the Carmel mission in Monterey, California to do, where all of your item specifics are exactly the same except for maybe your era and posted, unposted. You just fix whatever you need in the title, change your one or two item specifics if you even do item specifics, scroll down, list. Really efficient when you don't have to individually wait for each one to upload images. It takes a minute, right? Especially if you're working on wireless. Do them all in a batch, and then they're done and they're there. Okay, done. Probably a little tip in there for people who yes. So the edges, there's a, we'll go ahead and don't drag. You don't drag it. Don't drag and drop. That's silly. That's silly, time consuming. You don't need to do that. All you got to do is select the folder, highlight, and then in the dialog box. So we're just sorry. Do this again. All right. Present. Window. There we go. All right. So here we go. You can drag and drop. This takes so much longer. Instead, just click on it. It'll automatically open this window, and it'll go to the last window that you told it to pull from automatically. And then when you select the thing, hit Control on your keyboard, and then you can select 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 if you hold it down. Pro tip, if you want to select a batch, select your first one, then hold down Shift, and you can select everything up until that point. And then click Open, and there you go. Don't drag and drop. That just takes way too long. I will happily do a race against anybody who drags and drops and crush you without even trying, just by the letting technology help you in ways that it already helps you. All right, end of lesson. Time to ship. Oh, I forgot. There is the edges. You have to. Crap. All right, 1 sec. Let me show you that part. I always forget this part. Hey, all right. Plug it back in, I suppose. Yeah, I don't like that you have to plug it in to mess with your settings, but it is what it is. All right. I'll just show you how this one is set up. You got to go to advanced settings, and you can do edge fill. I do white. You can change that if you want. Remove punches off. Crap, I forget this part. There is a I thought it was under advanced settings. Maybe it's under the other. No, that's not it. That's stupid. Nope, don't want the updater. Scan to utility, that's right. Oh, the other part is under remove background, make sure you have standard. You don't want text enhancement on high. Don't do that. Make sure you don't have unsharp mask and descreening. It's under, here we go. Edge fill settings. This is where you can do your margins. So on edge fill level, you can do this 0.12, that's a 1/12 of an inch. Or 0.12 inches. Here we go. Sorry. It's on edge fill. So on edge fill, you want to go to settings. So 0.12 is where you want to do, or you can go even higher if you want a little bit more. And that will let you show when you scan. This is the part that always messes me up when I'm setting up my printer on a new computer. So you'll see this helps you. This will set up the edges, gives you that gap in between. This one is white. So one thing you can do on this as well, when you're on your Epson scanner again. Let me get back into that. I feel like a not quite true white is a little better. So when you go back to your edge fill, depending on your own preference, go back to your advanced settings. You can go edge fill, settings here. Oops, where was the color on that? I think it was, maybe it is just white or black. I could have sworn there was a setting for color on that where you can adjust it slightly. Maybe I'm misremembering. Anyways, white's fine. You can add a watermark on here if you want. I don't usually do that. And then also good thing to do is to save your current scanning settings after you've done all that and name it something like postcard scans. That way, if for any reason you scan other stuff and you muck with these settings, you can just go back and do postcard scans and it you don't have to do that all over again, which if you do all those settings and then you don't save it, the next time you go back, it's just going to load the default. All right, now we're done. Time to ship. Be right back. Luckily, this is going to be a pretty quick show otherwise, so. Everybody's talking about the new Sound Funny because it's still rock and roll to me. All right, let's go. Questions. I will keep an eye on the chat here while I do that. Yeah, you want the customer to see the edges of, this is a good comment. You want the customer to be able to see the edges, especially in the case of something like that postcard I was just showing you, where the edges are pretty much, or the corners are kind of fucked. Although this looks like it may have, no, that's the edges, all right. You can see up in the corners here, it's a linen card. It looks like a light white border, but it's a linen. You can see how the edges on this are pretty messed up. They're crisp, but the corners are messed up. We're going to use that for that. That for that. Don't say you never learned nothing from this channel. Thanks, Ainsley. I don't know that that's true. I'm sure. I'm sure if time allowed, anyone would do that. It's not a problem. All right. I think if you forget all this, which is quite possible, I believe there is both Auction Professor and Popeye have a tutorial on the same thing. Probably a lot more professional and organized, but they exist. Oh yeah, you do have to download the driver, but it should do that automatically the first time you plug it in. You can also just Google ES, whatever model you have, 400 drivers, and there's download sites for it. Just make sure you're downloading it directly from Epson and not some other like janky overseas site that's going to try to take over your computer. Fool me once, Nigerian prince. Geek Squad. Geek Squad membership. I didn't even know that Nigerian prince worked for Geek Squad. There is a way to change it. I think it's better to use white than black, just because that's what eBay says is better. eBay says that they say that Google prefers white background, so white background. But if you want black, use black. I'm not the boss of you. There is a way to change it, and in my listings, you can see I usually use. So here's a sold one, and I just don't remember how to do it at the moment. But I use this nice sort of off-white bluish hue. I think this is actually the default. But I might be wrong on that. And I think the default gives a truer, or that it gives a truer view of it. But you know, that's just my opinion. You know what they say about opinions. They're like noses. Everybody's got one. Except for the wretched noseless. Poor, poor, wretched noseless. I bet the noseless have an opinion, though. Just not about whether something smells good or bad. But who knows? Maybe some of their other senses have become heightened because their inability to smell. Maybe they can see smells. Maybe they've become. Uh-oh. You get back here. Tell you what, sometimes you walk into a bathroom and you can see smells. Because if nothing else on this channel, we always got to bring it back to poop. Yeah, sure. I don't disagree with that. Tell you what you can do. It's going to be real easy. If there's any change you want to make to it, good old Chat GPT. GPT. Well, let's make sure we spell the AI's name right so we don't get raptured. Do. Here we go. Here you go, step by step. Yeah, I like this slightly. I don't like a pure white. To be clear, I agree. I agree with this statement. Hi, Buster. He's like, it's clean in here. There's all these places for me to explore, things to smell. And if you have, Jack, if you got questions along the way, you can hit me up on Instagram and I will answer. Or hit Cameron up. Cameron will answer. Probably be more successful doing that because, as you know, I don't look at my Instagram very often. As anybody who's messaged me on Instagram and receives a response 3 weeks later knows. All right. Yeah, the screens will look different, but the settings should be the same. All right. Sold a weenie whistle. Funny that I sat on these for so long and they didn't sell, and then all of a sudden they just start selling. But hey, I'm not complaining. Happy to be selling weenie whistles. I'm definitely in the profit on these at this point. I think what needed to happen was I needed to sell one successfully, and then I got the algorithm bump because of the multi-quantity. Also, they hit the point where they went on sale, so I think that may have dropped my price down to lowest on eBay or near lowest on eBay, or at least low enough that the algorithm was like, here's a good price. Let's let this guy sell his weenie whistles. I'm definitely less than $1 in on all those, so. Sold a belt buckle of a Henry Ford automobile Model T record year belt buckle. Let's show it on the screen so you see it better. Been in the store this is probably one of the first belt buckles I ever listed. Come on. Why is it doing that? Nope, I got my process down here. This is not one of the earliest ones I ever listed. Oh, well played. Point. Arbitrary point for rock and roll resale. I'll actually award 3 points. That was good. Well played. I feel like that's probably going to be too thick to get. She said. That's what she said. It's definitely a nice, cheap shipping day. I like that. Most of the stuff that was of any substantial cost of shipping shipped out yesterday, so there's that. I will say one of the nice things about having a quiet little highly specific corner of YouTube is I can fire shots on big channels all day long and just completely fly under the radar all day. And can you? With pretty much no repercussion. The only time anything has ever come back to me, actually twice. One of the reasons why the channel grew is somehow Shed Flips found my postcard video, and I ended up with like 600 subscribers like 3 years ago that have all probably gone by now. But it did happen. And then earlier this year with whatever, down home southern picker guy who caught wind of my scam to buy one of his bins and name it Dingleberry McGillicuddy. But that was because I showed his video on the channel, and when you do that, it pops up in the thing. But good to know, if you want a big channel's attention, just use some of their content. Oh, these were some handkerchiefs monogrammed with the letter C. Pierre Cardin. Probably came from like a Ross. I pulled them out of my parents' house when they moved. They were open but never used. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, because there's the whole Orange Hitler civil trial, right? Oh, I just got demonetized. Damn it. Fucking fuck. Fuck. Well, if I'm gonna be demonetized, I might as well fucking get demonetized. Fuck it. All right. Sold Heathers on Blu-ray. I used to really, really hate Winona Ryder, and I think part of it was because of this movie. No, part of it, I think Reality Bites. That was why. Don't get me wrong. I love the movie Heathers. It is not a Heathers thing. But then when she was on Stranger Things, she's awesome on Stranger Things. So I unhate Winona Ryder. She's also great in Beetlejuice and any number of other things. But I just had I don't know. There was a couple of movies she made where I didn't like her. Oh, I don't know. But I'm just saying, why the Fox News thing? There's a lot going on in New York, I guess. Okay. I already showed you this, so that done. Oh, I remember this. I cut up one of these for my collage. Right about there. Take that. Put it in. Void fill. Go. Take all that. That. That is perfect. And last but not least, the only thing going in a box today, and it's only barely, it's already wrapped up. Can you guess what it is? Looks like this. There's the front. There's the back. Front, back, front, back, front, back. 1166. I've done okay with sun catchers over the years. If you get them cheap enough, they usually, most of them will sell in the like $10-ish range. Some of the bigger ones can do better. I don't even know who that is. And hey, guess what? We are done with the shipping. Let me go put this stuff out, and then we're going to unbox my returns. Because I got to do that on screen anyways. I already refunded one of them, but I don't remember which one is which, so we're going to just unbox it. Be right back. Let me put these outside. It is cold outside and it smells like it's going to snow. All right, let's see here. Look at this. EcoSwift box. Survived that. I think we're going to be retiring this EcoSwift box. It made another trip back. We commented on this when it went out. Somebody said, is this the base? This is the base. This is the base. They said it had a repair and had been reglued. Oh yeah, look at that. How did I miss that? Okay, well, I'll relist it. And just note the repair. Oh crap. So this is a seller who returned this. I'm sure it's fine. But if they oh crap. No. Why are there peanuts? At least they're the rice peanuts. All right, let's make sure. That it's all here and as I sent it. Looks good. Did they clean it? They said they made coffee with it. I mean, it's dirty. I spent a really long time cleaning this. I think I'm going to deduct 10% for dirty. Well, I'm not. You know what? I'm not. I'm just going to refund them because I'm going to make coffee with it and see. I did not have the same experience as they are describing. So I'm just going to refund them. Oh, good. All right, here we go. Give me a second. Somebody just accepted a bunch of my offers. Orders, awaiting payment. Nice. Somebody came in and bought a bunch of cram maps. That's rad. Send invoice. That is a nice sale on stuff that's been in the store now for 2 years and has been really slow sellers. Is those cram maps that I got from the travel ephemera buy. That was such a good load of crap for $100. $100 shipped to my door. These things. They're from like the 50s, 60s. And they're these maps of the world. Pretty cool. Yeah. I'm not going to block them. I'm not saying that. I do not ascribe to the if they return something, block them. Because sometimes there's something wrong, like that vase. I messed that up. There's no reason to block that customer. I actually got the vase back, and because USPS showed it delivered before it was delivered, they refunded the customer and didn't affect me. And then it showed up 3 days later, and now I've got both. So, hey. And I'm sure their coffee choice sucks, Ainsley. There's no doubt about that. Because if they don't drink the coffee I like, then their coffee choice definitely sucks. I've actually been drinking some nice Italian coffee that showed up at my local Safeway for $6, and it's fucking delicious. I'm gonna go back and probably buy them out. And then also Death Wish coffee. Been really into that too. But for now, we are done. We're done. That was fun. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all have, fantastic days respectively. Originally shipped. We're just going to send it all back. All good, lady. Refund now. We'll be back tomorrow, assuming something sells. Something usually does. Nothing in the hopper yet. Hope you all have a fantastic day. We'll catch you on the flip flop. Peace out. Bye.